So today we're just out sitting in my barn on my property where I live. I built the barn when I bought the property. A lot of bucks back here on the wall. My father has probably 4 or 5 up there, and my grandfather has probably 4 or 5. When they passed, I kind of grabbed onto all of their hunting and fishing stuff best I could, you know. So coming up through high school, my dad worked construction. So there was times, you know, in my high school career on weekends, stuff like that, vacations, I would go to work with him. He was very young when I was born. He was 18 years old. Me growing up as a child, him essentially still being a young adult child himself for the most part, really. I mean, I can't imagine the emotions that came with that. But, you know, we obviously bonded as I grew up, and from the time I was probably 8, 9, 10 years old enough to do things together, it was, you know, me and him at the hip, out in the yard playing baseball, in the barn building things, you know, out fishing or hunting. And my want to be with him, even like, you know, can I at least go to work with you? You know, I didn't care if I was picking up garbage around the job site, right? Just the fact of being with him, learning things, you know, and we were buddies. That was doing, I guess, what I didn't know I was gonna love as a passion for the rest of my life, whether it was hunting, fishing, construction. Every aspect of my life now was what I spent with him. I really liked being around him. He was just a really good person. After he passed, we were actually cleaning out the house, and I found an envelope that was going to In Fisherman magazine, and the return address was my address, and it was actually labeled Captain Jeremy. And that, don't get me wrong, finding that, you know, 5 years ago when he passed was, I think, the extra, you know, kick in the butt. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get my captain's license just to be like, oh, there you go, Dad. You know, I am Captain Jeremy. So I finally got that. I got that last year, and now I'm Captain Jeremy, right? So I went through, got my Merchant Mariner license through the U.S. Coast Guard. I'm in the process to get my actual charter license for chartering on the Great Lakes and inland waters. Truthfully, I love fishing. I absolutely love being on the water, and just the look on people's faces when they catch a king salmon or a bunch of perch in a row, or a child's face when they reel in a walleye or whatever, right? It's just, it is such a pure emotion, and I think a lot of pure experiences are few and far between anymore. It's a fun time. I love it. I love to share it with people. But yeah, my dad, you know, he was always real proud of kind of where I came from to where I am now, right? And I grew up in a little trailer house in the country on a few acres, and I loved it. It was great. What's crazy now is my job trailers are bigger than the house I grew up in. So I started as a laborer with a shovel in my hand, and now I'm a superintendent. I started as a guy with a fishing pole in my hand, and pretty much as high as I can go for the most part as a charter captain. But yeah, he was always real proud of me, and I guess I try to keep that going, right? Whether he's here or not, I kind of hold the torch, I guess, right? So